Deep breath. Whew, lovely. And so today we have a very special guest with us, Angela Sun, all the way from Arizona, a modern monk. She's been with us for a handful of years now, haven't you? And so I'd love for you to just share a little bit about the journey and whatever comes to your heart.
Whatever comes to my heart. Okay. And this is what happens when you become a student and he gets to know you a little bit. Really puts you on the spot. But I found a lark, my sensei, who has become my sensei. I think it was 2013. I had come to Arizona because my stepfather of 40 years was terminally ill and my mother required help. He had been in the hospital 5 times at that point, and I just felt like, it is time for me to come. And so I stayed, and we came to visit, and he ended up in the hospital again. And I told my husband at the time, I said, I'm sorry, I'm staying. And when we had agreed that we would both come we still knew this was going to happen, and we agreed we'd both come, but he just dug in his heels and refused. And unfortunately, that was the downfall of my marriage. I was really struggling because I was watching my stepfather die and my marriage die, and I was seeking something to fill the hole, something to help me get through that. And I got online and I found a spirit center. And I showed up. I had a one-on-one meeting with Alaric, and I have just kind of been seeing him since. I got through that very troubling time, utilizing all the tenets from here, losing judgment, learning to change my stories, learning to accept that, life on life's terms, even, as betrayed as I felt towards my husband, I have come to understand his perception, his view of the entire situation. And of course, he felt very abandoned. I chose my stepfather over him, and that is his perception, and will always be his perception. And I've come to accept that. And utilizing all of the other tenets, my life has become so full of joy. None of my story has not changed, but my story has really changed. I no longer feel that I have to beat myself up for any mistakes that I have made. I no longer feel that I am not a good person because of the choices that I've made. I don't give a shit what people think about me anymore. And that is so freeing. It's like, I am the only person who has to live in my skin. And if I am okay with the choices that I have made, then I'm okay. If I'm not okay with those choices, then I really need to take a look inside and see what's going on in there. And I have been given the tools to be able to do that in a non-judgmental way. Where is this discomfort, and what can I do about it, and if anything? And if I can't do anything about it, I'm like, well, this is the way God made me, and I guess I'm just going to have to be here, and I still believe in God. Okay, we don't have to give that up. I believe in God, and Jesus is my best friend, and I believe in source energy, and I believe in yoga, and and if there is a thing that is going to lift my spirits, I believe in that. And more than anything, I have found this spark of peace that I am able to keep with me most of the time, or return to with much more ease than I ever have before. And this has enabled me to take little bits of this out into the world. One of the things that I really treasure is that we have these tools that allow us to take this out into the world, and I can teach through my behaviors and teach through my reactions. And even if it's just sharing with someone a similar story, yeah, I understand how that feels. I had a similar thing happen to me, and I did this. And I am so uplifted, because then they say, oh, I think I'll try that next time. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I was able to pass something on to someone that worked for me. And I love this. And it has absolutely enabled me to love at a much higher level than I ever have been able to before. I expect nothing back I was sharing with my sensei Lark just yesterday that recently I have felt a sense of power, and it is not a sense of power over others, and it's not a sense like I have magical abilities or anything along those lines. What I have come to realize is it is a sense of self-acceptance, being exactly who I am, where I am in any given moment, and that has given me a sense of power, just being okay with where I am now. And I, owe that to these beautiful tenets that Alark is teaching.
Thank you.